Man, what a night! The twist, the turn, the saltiness, the mustard. They sell one delicious pretzel here. And your match was the perfect complement.
Ah, thanks, Truth. But what's with the shirt? You know Mutiny lost, right?
Of course I know. But I got this shirt on a deep discount at WWE shop. So deep, they actually paid me to take it off their hands. But for a while, it sure looked like Mutiny was gonna win, and they could have.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about alternative realities, like one where you made completely different choices and this whole Mutiny thing went a completely different way.
I don't know about that.
It's true. Choice is a powerful thing. Your personality, who you align with, and the other choices you make can affect a lot. Even the division you choose to start in. Did you know I was in the Women's Royal Rumble once? A whole different world. If you had the chance to go back, maybe you could end up being the one who gets to eat the pretzel, instead of having to main event WrestleMania. It's the choosing that makes the winning and losing amusing. I hope that's not confusing.
I think I understand what you're saying, Truth.
I'm glad one of us does.
Why would I want to go back to the beginning? I've already started thinking about big plans for the future of WWE.
That sounds like you're talking about a whole new journey. You just finished one heck of a saga. Maybe enjoy this one a little longer. Start a new story later, like next year. In the meantime, what do you think? Chill here? Munch on some pretzels? Do some live event matches and dream about what might come next? Or jump back in and see where your choices land you? I bet in at least one crazy alternative universe, the WWE draft is just around the corner.
Another spin could be fun.
I think so too. And hey, look me up when you get back to the start. But don't mention the pretzels. No spoilers. See you on the other side.
It's not often that the Chief Content Officer, Paul Triple H Levesque, is here on Raw. He must have some major news to share.
Let's hear what the game has to say.
As you all know, we've been building a new era in WWE, a direction that's bolder than anything you've ever seen before. But to forge this path, we need talent who can rise to the occasion. Whether that's someone who's already here or an outsider ready to step in and lead the charge. Who is going to be the superstar to lead us to that next level? Well, we're going to answer that question starting next Monday on Raw with the WWE Draft.
The WWE Draft kicks off next Monday. That's huge news.
Raw and SmackDown GMs Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have decisions to make that will shape the future of WWE. Now, I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but as a Chief Content Officer, I'm going to drop a couple of hints about who I think will be selected #1 overall and become the leader of this new era. This individual is going to be a force in the women's division for years to come. I've seen her potential for greatness already as the top star of another promotion. That's right, I think you know who I'm talking about. They could be the next AJ Styles, the next Jade Cargill, or better yet, carve their own path to lead the new era of WWE. It all starts at the draft when we take the next step in WWE's revolution.
The CCO just alluded to the fact that we might have a rival promotion star going #1 overall.
Oh, I can't wait for draft night.
Hello there. So nice to finally meet you. I'm Troy Simpkin, seasoned and esteemed WWE producer.
Hey, Troy. Nice to meet you, too.
We are so excited for your arrival in WWE. And by the way, I've heard how things are handled where you're coming from, and this is going to be a breath of fresh air. Nothing but professionalism on this side of the fence.
Don't believe everything you read online, but that's good to know. So, what's the plan?
We want your impending debut at the draft to stay top secret. So to keep all the internet sleuths guessing, management thought it would be a good idea for you to compete for another promotion one last time. So, where do you want to go?
I think a trip down to Mexico would throw people off. Can you get me a match in Lucha Magica?
Sure thing. Just don't get injured. And a win would be nice. We'd look like idiots if our big free agent lost before their debut.
Got it. I'll take care of business.
Oh, one more thing. Make sure you look good on draft night.
What are you getting at?
It's just that in the past, WWE superstars had to wear whatever we told them to for their non-ring attire. And as much as I miss those days, that's no longer how it works around here. It's a new era with fewer restrictions. So you can wear whatever you want.
So I can dress how I want to dress? I assumed that was the case, but thanks for confirming.
All right, we better wrap this up before any looky-loos start pulling out their phones. Safe travels, and we'll see you soon.
Hey! It's been a bit. How have you been?
Busy. Good to see you again, Jade. You've been on one hell of a run in WWE. Not that I'm surprised. When we worked together, I always knew you were destined for big things.
I appreciate that. And from what I'm hearing, you might be following in my footsteps.
Oh, maybe. You never know where I'll show up next.
Really? Because I just saw you talking to a WWE producer. But if you don't want to say, I respect that.
Thanks, Jade. See you soon. Maybe.
What a huge night we have on Raw with the start of the WWE Draft.
And it just got even bigger. It's the hottest free agent in wrestling.
Are the rumors true? Are they going to be the #1 pick?
We'll find out soon enough.
Thanks for taking the time to answer a couple questions before the draft. I know you just got here and must be getting pulled in 100 different directions, so I'll try to make this quick.
No problem. And it's Kathy, right? Good to meet you.
You too. Well, you've competed all over the world and most recently were a star for a rival company. What personality traits led to your success?
Everything I do has a purpose. People like to say they're 2 steps ahead. Well, I'm 20. You can't survive on sheer strength and athleticism. You need to be scheming and calculated.
I can see how that got you here. So then, what can you say about the rumors that you'll be selected #1 overall tonight?
I'd say it's something I can use in my favor. Perception is reality, right? Well, if I'm #1, that just makes my opponents perceive me to be that much tougher to beat. I'll use any advantage I can get.
Well, I know you're busy, so I'll let you go for now. Thanks again, and good luck with the draft.
Good to see you.
Hey, boss.
You feeling okay? I know it's tough. New surroundings, big expectations, especially with everything lined up tonight.
I've got all the angles covered. Kind of like this wrestler I used to watch growing up. What was his nickname? The Cerebral Assassin?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I guess he didn't amount to much.
Good one. I gotta get going, but you should be proud of everything you've accomplished to get here. You've earned it. See you out there in a bit.
It's time to kick off the WWE Draft.
Thank you. But tonight is not about me. It's about launching this company in a new and exciting direction. And that all starts with the announcement of the top overall pick. So let's not wait any longer. With the first pick in the WWE Draft, SmackDown is honored to select the future of WWE.
There they are, the #1 pick in the WWE Draft, and wow, it's a good one.
Talk about making a splash. Nick Aldis got himself a generational talent.
We heard all the rumors, but seeing this play out now really lives up to the hype.
Good luck topping this, Raw.
Stand by, there's some kind of technical issue here.
Talk about ruining a moment.
What the heck?
Who was that?
Oh, where's security?
Can someone explain what just happened?
Okay, got it. The draft will continue after this break.
First of all, I'm sorry about what happened out there. We're working with authorities to get to the bottom of it. But Hunter says it seems like it was just a random, unstable individual.
Is this how things are handled over here in WWE? Maybe I would have been better off staying where I was.
I assure you that's not the case. You're in good hands with us.
So if it was a random person, what was with that stuff on the Tron?
I wouldn't assume the two things were connected. Could have just been unrelated technical difficulties. Either way, I don't think it's anything to worry about. Better to focus on the positive and move on.
I can handle my own strategy on how to deal with this. Thanks.
I'll set up a match for you next week on SmackDown, and I'll make sure it's against a local competitor that you'll be sure to dominate. After that, no one will be talking about what happened tonight.
Hey, you all right?
I'm okay. I know we didn't cross paths too much at our former workplace, but it's good to see a friendly face here. Anyway, it's wrestling. On to the next thing, right?
Listen, I know management wants us to brush things like this under the rug, but I'm not sure it was a one-time event. Besides, how does some random person get access to the Tron?
That's what I said.
Look, if I were you, I'd keep your head on a swivel. I'm just speculating, but this could be the start of something bigger.
I agree. I'll be ready if and when something happens again.
That attack came out of nowhere. Are you okay?
Hey, Troy. I'm a lot more angry than I am hurt.
That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. The perfect way to blow off a little steam.
You got any idea who was under that mask? Because that's who I'd like to get my hands on.
I do not. However, since I got promoted, which was definitely based on merit, not because Roman Reigns landed on me at WrestleMania and Triple H felt bad about my numerous injuries, I've been put in charge of booking the matches for our live events.
Congratulations.
You should be congratulating yourself, because I've got my eye on you to be the main attraction for our next big tour.
I appreciate it, Troy, but I'm focused on figuring out who jumped me and then enacting some very disproportionate revenge.
That's exactly why you should compete in some live event matches. It's the perfect opportunity to sharpen your skills and max out your abilities. Trust me, you won't believe the kind of rewards you'll get with live events.
Fine, Troy. Next time you have a live event opportunity, hit me up.
You're the best. Thanks so much. You'll find me waiting for you when I'm ready to book the next bunch of shows.
Can't wait.
And this competitor is getting the opportunity of a lifetime.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from the nearest nightclub, Sensational Starla.
Lots of confidence for someone who's always destined to rack up L's.
That's not always true. What if the GM puts them up against another local talent?
Then we all lose, Saxton.
Yeah, I'm thinking this won't end well tonight.
It won't be pretty, but hopefully it'll be quick.
Here she is, making her highly anticipated WWE debut.
And her opponent from Jacksonville, Florida, Sabin!
The anticipation has really been building for this moment. Fans have been imagining her competing inside a WWE ring for years.
And not just the fans. She grew up on WWE programming. This isn't just the fans' dream come true. It's hers.
Now all she's got to wait for is hearing the WWE bell for the very first time. The pressure to live up to the hype must be immense. Everyone's eyes are on the number.
Nice takedown, stacked for the pin.
Hold on.
Trying to steal one here. Oh, flips the lever, shoulders down. Beautiful. Might sneak one. And she kicks out right away.
Brutalized with kicks. The DeVille combo, Saxton. Stirring up, but she has no idea what's about to come her way. Uh-oh. Thunderous powerbomb. Starla looks out of it.
The cover!
What a resounding victory here tonight for the #1 pick.
I agree, Byron. That was pure domination.
The hell? Not this again.
It's the same attacker from the draft.
Where's security? Come on.
I guess she's taking matters into her own hands.
Good, I'm sick of this.
And this time, they're not getting away.
The masked assailant is regretting this now.
They might not be masked for much longer.
Is that Roxanne Perez from NXT?
Why was she doing this?
We're going to go to commercial while we sort this out.
That's enough. Sit down and stay there. What are we going to do with her?
We're gonna get some answers, and we're gonna get them right now.
You have no idea.
Oh, I have a lot of ideas. And now we're going to start figuring out which one of them is accurate. Start talking.
The new era has arrived.
I know you like attention, but why did you target me? Jealous that I was the #1 pick and you weren't even drafted?
It's not always about you. It's about us, them, all of them.
How'd you mess with the Tron? Is there someone helping you out?
Make the right choices and maybe you'll find out someday.
I think I've had about enough. We'll settle this when you face me in a match next week. Now get this attention-seeking nobody out of here!
So you got the bad guy, huh?
Looks like it.
I know Triple H and everyone is telling you this is over now, but I still think there's more to come.
Roxanne's an attention-seeking lunatic, but we got her. I'm gonna take out my frustration in the ring, and that will be it. It's over.
Well, I hope you're right, but I think the entire roster should be on the lookout. I know I will be.
Here's the woman, anxious to upend the unmasked.
The Prodigy is here.
And she is angry, and she is vengeful.
And her opponent, from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
A woman with a proven championship mentality.
And she believes she's now the version of herself that she needed to be.
Do you doubt her, Saxton? She's one of only 3 women to hold the NXT Women's title more than once.
Roxanne is completely ruthless at this point.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez doesn't care about anything except being on top of the mountain.
That's the right mindset.
Even though Roxanne Perez did not want to respond to questions last week, she has a lot to answer for tonight.
This is about more than just Roxanne, Saxton. She may have been acting alone, but the message being sent tonight is for all of WWE.
And that message is clear. These kind of attacks are over. Now it's up to our top draft pick to make sure that point hits home in the ring.
Uh-oh. Thunderous powerbomb. That could be curtains for Roxanne.
This is more than a win. The #1 draft pick can now move on and focus on bigger goals.
Good riddance to Roxanne Perez and whatever this was all about.
Now what?
Is that Charlie Dempsey?
What the hell is going on?
That's certainly Gigi Dolan.
Nikita Lyons from behind. What is happening?
And now Roxanne Perez is recovered and is joining NXT's Nikita Lyons. Clearly Perez wasn't acting alone in all this.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a common theme here, guys. We got to get some help out here.
This is a full-on invasion.
And the invaders are all from NXT.
We need help back there, right now.
Nick Aldis is trying to intervene.
Trick Williams with a chair.
And Aldis goes down too.
The NXT Unity Tag Champions have taken out CM Punk.
And Charlotte gets nailed too.
This is insane.
Please, somebody, anybody, do something.
We are under siege.
It's Bayley and Kevin Owens.
Finally.
You can't just come in here and do this without repercussions.
What the?
Bayley and KO are part of this? Are you serious?
What are we witnessing?
If you couldn't tell, this is a mutiny. Current and former members of NXT have united under one cause. We will no longer stand by and be treated like third-class citizens.
Members of the board, do we have your attention?
We will not stop until NXT is the one and only brand left standing in WWE.
I'm just about speechless.
We've just witnessed pure anarchy.
It was a mutiny, Saxton. Bayley said it herself. Unbelievable.
Well, it's over for tonight at least.
Who really knows at this point?
I might be out for a bit after what they did to me. But the second I'm back, I need revenge on the NXT Unity Champions and every single person involved.
I'm with you.
Good. But don't forget I warned both of you that this would happen, and no one listened.
I was wrong. I know. But this isn't the time to point fingers.
Yeah, it's the time to start listening to me. No one around here can be trusted. No one. This could go all the way to the top. Who created NXT and would stand to benefit from all this? Yeah. Chew on that for a minute.
Look, I've already spoken to Adam Pearce, and we're going to work together to fight back against this NXT mutiny. Raw and SmackDown are a united front. But we need a leader. I drafted you #1 for a reason. I know you can step up to lead the charge.
After what they did to me, I don't need convincing. But what are we getting ourselves into? You heard what Punk just said. About Triple H?
As usual, Punk's way out of line with that comment. I've been working side by side with Triple H the past few weeks to figure out what's been going on. There's no way he has anything to do with this.
You're right. Punk's fired up about getting attacked and not thinking straight. He did have a point, though, that we have to be careful about who to trust.
I know. It seems like Bayley and KO have convinced most of NXT to join them along with some other big names from our side. And we have to assume that any other NXT alumni from Raw and SmackDown might be one of them.
And it sounds like we need to find someone from outside of WWE who can step in and join the fight against NXT.
You got someone in mind?
I do. I know just the person to turn the tide. They're from... They're from the Indies.
Okay. But how does that prove they're not secretly working with NXT? How do you know we can trust them?
We used to date. So yeah, I'd say I know them very well. And trust was never an issue.
All right, sold. After you get them on board, let's talk next steps. And don't wait too long. We need to move fast before this NXT mutiny strikes again.
Wow. You came all the way here to an indie show to see me? Must really be desperate for help against NXT.
Ah, my ex calling me desperate. I missed that.
I'm going to ignore that. But I suppose we did make a good team. Might be nice to get back together. In the ring only, of course.
Not to mention the fact Mutiny keeps adding top names, so I can't really trust many people in WWE right now.
So you're saying I was your only option? I see how it is.
Best and only option. So what do you think? Will you do it?
I'm sick of getting stiffed by some of these indie promoters. So as long as I get paid, I'm in.
Great. We need to get started right away.
Okay, just hang on a minute. I do have one more match obligation to fulfill here tonight. Then we'll get started.
All right. You do that, and I'll get to strategizing.
Haven't changed a bit. So this is how #1 draft picks live, huh? Nice.
The tour bus is nice, but more importantly, it's private. We need the space to talk strategy, since who knows who might be listening backstage and feeding information to NXT.
Good point. What about the GMs, though? Can we at least trust them? Adam Pearce was messaging me the other day.
Yeah, Pierce and Aldis are vetted, and they've given us full authority to counter the NXT mutiny movement. CM Punk will be helping us too once he's healthy. But for now, it's just us, so we need to figure out our first move.
Whenever I was in a tough situation like this on the Indies, I learned the best path forward is to focus on doing what I do best. Which, in my case, is being scheming and calculated.
Well, since you just basically dropped everything to come in here and help me, it's only fair you take the lead on this. What do you think we should do?
NXT is going to be ready for you to strike back, but they don't know I'm on board yet. We could use that as a tactical advantage.
How so?
We're going to hustle them, embarrass them, and when it's all over, walk out with their precious intergender NXT Unity tag titles.
Solid plan. It's exactly what I would have done. But how are we going to pull this off?
I know a guy who can get me into the Performance Center.
First things first, you're going to explain just how the hell you got in here. The Performance Center is official NXT Mutiny territory now.
Chase got us in, right?
That's right. I'm Chase. Used to train here a few years back. Still think I got a raw deal. Before that, I was a popular minor league mascot named Ribby. Ring a bell?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So you just walked right in? I don't get it.
Well, I still had my old badge. Plus, it helped that I kept in touch with Todd, the security guard. Good guy.
Freaking Todd! This really is his last strike. Anyway, I'll deal with him later. Why exactly are you here?
We're here to show Mutiny just how great me and Chase are. If you want to take down Raw and SmackDown, you need to sign us.
Is Shawn Michaels still here? What about Corey Klein? I'd like to give them a piece of my mind. They really missed the boat on old Chase.
None of them are here. You're dealing with me, okay? NXT Mutiny signed me to be their top producer, and I can't have outsiders showing up unannounced on my watch. My bosses would not approve.
I told you this was a bad idea, Chase. Let's just go to SmackDown or Raw, where they recognize real talent. Their GMs have been blowing up my phone non-stop.
Wait, they have? You know, it just so happens that the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions are training here today and need some opponents. So if you two think you're Mutiny material, go prove it.
You won't regret this.
Just remember, if this works out, who gave you the big break. Now excuse me. I need to go fire Todd.